Hello, this is Tanyag. I'm the managing partner of Tanyag Company. It's a business advising consulting firm. We provide results-driven consulting for small businesses by inspiring them to double their income and grow their business while creating the ideal lifestyle. The purpose of this video is providing supporting material for future use of the two workshops that Tanyag Company does, which is the Realtor and Affiliates Growth Forum, the first Friday of the month, Simply Fresh at the Town Center, and the Business Owner Growth Forum was third Friday of the month for business owners and B2B people, and it's again 11:31 Simply Fresh. The Realtor and Affiliates is for people in the real estate industry, the realtors, real estate agents who serve that, and this is a supporting video. So what happens is I record my talk I do at the workshop so people can go ahead and listen to it again if they just want to reference it for future use. The title of the topic for this month of February is the 7 reasons why people stop sending you referrals. Again, the 7 reasons why people stop sending you referrals. The reason I came up with this title, because in my business, that's business advising consulting, one of our strategies is to build a generosity network. It's build a network up to 150 people that are committed to help you, and you're committed to help them. You're being generous to help. And the reason I chose that strategy is because I know I can self-generate new business for myself, but it takes 6 months to a year, because my business has to be where it's not only the person has a need, it has to also be the right timing. But then if I get a referral or favorably introduced to somebody, usually the sales cycle is cut instead of 6 months to a year to 3 months. So my goal and objective is really focus on developing referrals. And like the goal of Tanyag Company is to give up to and more of 300 referrals this year in 2017, and receive up to 150 or more in referrals. So because you always want to give more in order to receive what you have. So I'm going to share these. I call it 7 reasons why people stop giving you a referral. Reason number 1: you never show any appreciation after the first referral, and then the second referral, and the third. Meaning that when somebody gives you a referral, what do? One thing you should do is thank them. Don't send them a text, send them an email. That's impersonal. You really need to influence them. And influence them is call them up and thank them. Say, hey, thanks for the referral. I really appreciate it. Go and see them and thank them. Or what you can do is send out what we call thank you notes or power notes, or have thank you gifts. And people say, what's a thank you gift? Well, a thank you gift could be as simple as, a gift certificate to their favorite restaurant. It could be a financial donation to their favorite charity. It can be personal gifts that they really are great. And the reason you want to thank people is not only you appreciate it, you want to reward them for great behavior. I mean, they're doing the right things. Like, for example, I'm having an event in February. It's going to be a vodka tasting and some light hors d'oeuvres. And the people who have gone out of the way to refer me, and they may not have been successful at it, but they've actually asked the person, and they're willing to do it, I'm going to invite them there and not charge them anything. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to show that I appreciate that they took the effort and they actually invited somebody. Because that's really important to me that they actually did that. Because if they can do that more often and consistent, and they're willing to be coached or trained and how to effectively introduce me to the right person, how to ask the right questions, I'll eventually get good referrals. I mean, it takes time to get referrals, or I call introductions where people are using it. But I want to show that I appreciate the effort. I want to show that I really care about what they do, about helping me. And then, I say, when people give me a referral, I say thank you, call them up. I actually send them a thank you note, or I call it a power note, and then if any of their referrals turn out, I get them gifts. I just appreciate the fact that they're doing great in helping my business. Number 2, they never ask you, how can I help you during the whole relationship? They just never do. I mean, when you network with people, when's the last time somebody goes, how can I help you? Because what happens is when you have this referral relationship, you just feel like it's an obligation, not a relationship of value, meaning that it's a win-to-win where they are literally, saying, how can I help you? How can I help? Because there's a reciprocity style people, and There's a book written by Adam Grant, Give and Take. It talks about reciprocity. There's takers, matchers, and givers. In business, you really need to know this because there's a lot of great people personally, but business, they're either going to be a taker or a matcher or a giver. And in the giver, there's self-protecting givers, and they're called selfless givers. I call the self-protecting givers strategic givers. They know when to give and know when to. Because they said the long-term effect of giving, what happens is those businesses stay along a lot longer. The challenging thing is there's very few people who have been successful at it, because if you don't understand about the giving concept, then what happens is you're not going to really win, or you're not going to stay sustained. So the whole idea is when somebody says they don't ask you how can I help you, it's all about them. It's not about you. They don't care about anybody else. And they don't believe in what I call the sow and reaping. If you're going to reap giving, you need to give giving, And so a lot of people know that. And Zig Ziglar had a quote that says, if you want everything in your life you want, you just have to help on other people get what they want. So basically, you got to help them get the way they want if they want to help you. So but this thing where people don't give referrals, because you never feel or never been asked, how can I help you? Number 3 is you don't know anything about the person except the person's name and their company. And it's amazing how people do referrals, but they don't really know the person really well. They don't know if they're married, they have any kids, they don't know what their favorite hobbies, favorite thing. Like, for example, I'm in a coaching program with Mike Mayer, and he has this thing called the VIP form. So all my clients and all the people who are qualified to be my generosity network, I have them fill out, I call it a customer rotation form. He calls it a VIP form. It talks about their birthdays, communication style, what's important to them, what's in their kids. And it's really interesting. So when I sit down with people, I pull that up and review it. And people say, oh, no, you're cheating me. You should know that already. I said, I can't know everything. But I do know that I really do care about that person. And I really want to get to know them. And I get excited when people go, how's your kids? Hey, how's your restaurant? It's like, wow, they really do pay attention. They really care. They really want to get to know me besides the fact that I'm a good referral source. So, you don't know anything about that person. So you really got to get to know them, because people do business with the people they like. They do business because you care. So if you don't do anything except know their name and company, nothing what they tick, how can they really do business with you? And if they do, they're going to probably give you a referral or referral once or twice a year, but there's no ongoing depth of the relationship. Number 4 reason why they don't give you referrals or stop giving referrals, you want referrals, but you don't truly believe in giving referrals. Here's what I've noticed is if you're really serious about receiving referrals, you really need to be serious about giving referrals. So do you have specific goals and objective in giving and receiving? And when I find out, most people don't. At the workshop, there was like 25 people, and only 2 people in the room actually had goals in giving and receiving referrals. Everybody wanted to receive referrals, but no one had goals in giving or even written goals on receiving. So like what I did this year, my company's going to give 300. I'm going to receive up to 150 or more. And there was another young lady who she did a video. She said, I'm going to give 48 and I'm going to receive 24. I was pretty impressed. That's impressive. Because the interesting thing is, if you're really serious about this, you got to be really serious. I think the problem with most people when they networking, there's 3 different levels. Level 1 is I like networking because I get referrals, but I like getting referrals. But to ask the question, are you giving referrals? Is it part of your business, the process? Oh, no, I just like it because I know it's great. I get referrals, but they're not really serious. They're very casual, and they don't even know. And sometimes they're more of a match or taker. They'll take your help or they match your help, but they don't give you help unless you match them, or they just take it and never give it back. But they're not really serious about it. But they know referrals work, but they don't even know if it's something they really want to do, but they'll still take your referral. Level 2 is somebody who knows referrals work, and they give referrals, they get referrals, but they're not really sure if the process is going to really work well. They don't really sure if I should do this and that. Some days it has highs and lows, but they're in the middle. So it's someone like a lukewarm in the middle. But those people can be, I call converted, to learn how to build a process, how to build a relationship. You just have to ask them how serious they are and if they want to take action. And level 3 is somebody goes, you know what? I love referrals. I give referrals. I have specific goals. I invest time and money. I read books. I have a specific process. I am starting to have to give more in order to receive more. I'm learning better because that part of my business. I don't wing it. I ain't casual and focused. It's a strategy. It's a tactic. It has a plan, and I'm really serious. That's how my business is. And then I find out the reason people stop giving me referrals because you're not excited about it. You're not even serious about it. You're very casual about it, and it's frustrating for me because I know the value of advertising, paid advertising, but I don't have the capital to do it, and my margins are not that high to do it because of my business. But here's the thing: is I believe in referrals. But it's interesting when I sit down with people and ask them, do they have written goals specific and give and receive? They don't. So they're either not serious about making this happen, or they just want to take your referrals and not be serious and give it back. And that becomes a problem, because why do you want to keep giving to somebody who doesn't give back to you, or willing to give back to you, or learn how to give back to you? So you got to have goals and objectives, and you have to make a serious decision that I'm going to make this thing work, or just don't get in the game of referrals or networking. Number 5, your character is questionable in business. You're more focused on getting the deal, not the relationship. One of the philosophy that we have in Tanyag Company, we call win, qualify, and influence. Win the relationship, meaning you're able to win the relationship, even if the business person doesn't do business with you. You're able to win the relationship even if they're not qualified for your business. Qualify basically means find out if they value your service. Are they goal-oriented? Are they going to give you the category of referral person? Or do they understand networking or building networking? They have to be qualified to your business. They have to meet the same values or beliefs or the same goals and objectives, working toward the same, making more money to spend time with your family, kids. They have to be on the same page with you. And that we call qualified, because there are a lot of great people personally, but objectively and professionally, they may not be qualified for your business. And that's okay. That's okay. I tell people, if somebody is really good at their business, they know what to say no to. If they're not sure, it's okay a little bit, but you got to know what's good clients or bad clients. And then the other thing about this, their character's questionable. They're really good at what they do, but they're a pain in the butt. I mean, I know some people are really good at theory, but they're high maintenance. They're always focused on selling. They're always focused on it's all about them. Or here's even worse: they get the deal from you and they leave. Or it's even worse. I call them they're trans-relational. They get the deal, they think they're relational, but they're not, and they're gone. Or they don't give any feedback on referrals, or take your referrals and leave. They're not very thankful. I mean, and I also find out that they may good at what they work, or they may gossip, or just you're just like, you're like, man, it's just not worth it, or it's not fun, or it's not exciting, and that's why people start giving you referrals, because you're not your character. Number 6, your company. You or your company is not growing in competency or field or industry. You have sex to status quo. A lot of people stop giving you referrals if you're not growing personally and professionally. If you're not hungry to grow. I mean, I'm in a networking group, and it's pretty sad to say. I said some of the people are not hungry to grow. So I am not inspired or motivated to give referrals to them if they're not hungry to grow. Because if I'm going to go out of my way and give an hour or 2 hours a week, bringing gas and making phone calls, I'm not doing it blindly. I'm going to do it with a focus and purpose, because I want to help people, but I want people to understand that they have to grow in their competency, they have to grow in their personal development, professional. They got to be hungry to grow. And a lot of times when people are not hungry, or they're not working on being an expert in their field, or growing competency, growing their competency in their technical skills, their people skills, personal development, and then what happens is that it's not exciting to do business with them, because they're not excited about growing. They're not excited about being an expert. They kind of accept status quo, and that hurts their ability to continually get referrals from you, because you don't want to be doing business with somebody who's just not learning and challenging himself and getting out of the way, becoming an expert, knowing their craft really well, knowing how to interact technically, knowing how to interact personally, professionally. It becomes more of a burden, not a value. Number 7, they have a difficulty in asking for referrals. That makes the process harder for people to give. I find out that most people have a difficult part process in communicating how to ask. I'll give you an example. There's a buyer's pyramid by Chet Holmes that 3% of the people need your business, 6 to 7 are open to it, 30% didn't know they needed it, but they didn't say no. 30% heard about you, they didn't say no. But here's the thing: if you ask people for referral, they're only looking for the 3%. They're not looking for the 67% who are open to it. So here's one of the ways you can change the way of asking referral. Don't use the word referral. Ask to be introduced. It takes the edge off it, and it teaches people to introduce you before the referral happens. Number two, another way is I have a script called "I Need Your Help." Say, because it's sometimes you can be asking referral, but small talk, people don't know that it's urgent or it's important to do. So I have a script called "I Need Your Help," and I've had people make calls, and they do get referral, but they don't ask for referrals, they ask for introductions. Another way, I'm in like a Michael Mayer, he talks about don't ask for referral, ask for introduction, but ask for people of influence. He says something like this, I'm building my network of influential people. So can I ask you, who do you know in your network is influential? Because what I want to do is build my network of influential people. So if I really have helped you, would you willing to introduce me? Because I want to help them get to know them and see if I could be value to them. And he doesn't ask them directly for a referral. He asks for an introduction of people of influence. Because the people of influence will refer you or introduce you to people who will take action because they have that influence. And then the other thing you can do is you can create events that personal and professional that makes it easier for people to refer you or introduce you. I mean, there's like client appreciation events like this. These two workshops are great value for people to come, but people bring people to introduce me. It's a nice, low-key way of doing it. But you have to make it easier for people to introduce you. They have a hard time communicating it. They have a hard time asking, or they don't know how to actually have a process. So I recommend people do is write out the scripts on asking, practice it, and have a process on how to refer or introduce. Because sometimes what happens, you have to get the framework of what to say and practice it, and you have to have the process written out and followed so that you can actually, it's repeatable. So again, these are the 7 reasons why people stop sending you referrals. And each of the 7 reasons I mentioned, and I've seen this in the last 20 years, but especially the last 6 months in the year, because I have gone through these in my own business in building this generosity network, building this network of people that are generously willing to help me as much as I'm willing to help them. And I'm finding out that I went through all of these 7. So, I want to make sure that I don't have people stop referring me. I want people to refer me and introduce me so on a consistent basis. So I look at this often enough and make sure that I'm not making these 7 reasons why people stop referring me. So again, this is Arnell Tanyag with Tanyag Company. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. A number is 757-257. Excuse me. The number is 757-752-8169, 757-752-8169, or email at arnell@tanyag.net, or just put a comment down there, and I'll follow up with you that way. Or lastly, subscribe to this channel. I'll be doing videos at least once a month. And again, thanks for watching the video. I hope it was helpful, and then have a great day. Thanks.